It's Tiffanys content, and we have a pineapple express headed our way. That's right, a lot of moisture building up and coming from Hawaii, headed right towards our northwest coast. Let's talk about it. So there's a lot of integrated vapor transporting right from Hawaii, going right into our west coast, bringing a lot of moisture, and you can see that moisture coming right on in. It's also going to bring steady rainfall for 24 hours. Again, starting as early as tonight, going into Wednesday morning. It'll be light rain, but steady rain coming through, and you can see all that low area pressure coming right through the west coast, and it's mixed. It's rain, it's snow, and it's definitely some sleet coming through there with ice as well. So just make sure you're aware it's a lot of moisture that'll be coming our way. And looking at the surface weather map, you can see where all that low area pressure is starting to swirl up, okay? Starting to build a very strong center so that it can whip through. And remember, it's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall right in the Bay Area, going right into the Central Coast, and we'll be exiting right through Nevada. So this is a lot of heavy rainfall that will be coming through, bringing flooding activities and creeks as well. So just make sure that you are aware, even landslides, okay? So this is very serious business that we have going on. It's going to be steady rain starting tonight, going into tomorrow, and you can see that jet stream coming through. Take a look at all that low area pressure building strong winds as it starts to come through, and you can see it meeting up with that high pressure, and that's when it starts to distract it and wobble it a little bit. But it's definitely coming through with some strong winds over there on our west coast, and you can see it in the lower west coast as well. And then back on our east coast, we still have that high pressure right there in the Midwest, bringing a lot of snow and mixed precipitation over there, okay? So that's for today, but you can see the rain is starting to move on out, and that low pressure is trying to move out. And again, on this surface map, you'll be able to see it here to where all that low pressure is, and you see where that stationary front is in Texas, and that's where it's going to be more precipitation that coming in. But look at that cold front whipping right up that Midwest and getting right into the action. You can see it right there, all that heavy rainfall on the west coast mixing with snow and definitely flooding, ice as well, very windy as well. So it's going to be a lot of moisture coming from Hawaii with that Pineapple Express, and then in the Midwest you're going to see that rain and mixed precipitation and snow on the East Coast. So this is what we have for the watches for today, and all that fog and that avalanches warning is up that West Coast, even wind. And look at the gale watches and storm warnings over there, heavy rainfall, and then look, winter activity right there smack in the middle. And then of course all that flooding is trying to ease away in the Gulf Coast, but you still have frost down there by Florida, flooding on the East Coast. So take a look at this wind chill. The whole entire United States is blue, meaning it's cold wind chill coming in, and look at that pinkish is even colder, okay? So you just have to be aware that that wind chill is happening all throughout the United States. But what does it feel like, okay? 20 degrees over there, coming out of Wyoming going into Colorado, 30 degrees, and even in the Midwest it's trying to warm up with 30 degrees, but you're going to see it more, like 40s on the west coast, and the south is chilly, okay? Looking at the current snow depth, look at that, still 16 inches of snow on the ground in Idaho going into the Great Falls. Definitely over in the Midwest, you got 9 inches, 8 inches, even 10 over there, and definitely going into the East Coast, you got 13 inches of snow currently on the ground as we speak, and it is not over, okay? In the next 2 days, you're going to see more snow coming in on the west coast and a little bit there in the Midwest, okay? So this is all the snowfall that we have for the 2 days, but don't worry, we got that frost freeze temperature still out there that can spruce up more of that cold air, more snow, definitely in the clouds dripping down, ice, black ice. So you just have to make sure with those frost freeze temperatures, we still have ice down there, okay? You can see that right in Detroit, going right into Indiana, definitely got a lot of ice still out there, even a little bit in Ohio. So just make sure that you're aware of all of the ice that's still there. But look at that, it's warm in the south, but this morning it was chilly, but it's starting to warm up. You're going to see moderate temperatures as you get up up that Midwest, but then you're going to see more cold going up that Northeast. Now the West Coast is weird because you got that Pineapple Express coming through, so it's hot and it's cold and it's snow and it's rain, and it's wind too. This is the low temperatures for today. So it's going to get lower down there in the south, and then we felt it this morning as well. And of course back over there in those mountains going up Colorado and through the Great Falls, you're going to see it getting more, cold. And then of course in the Midwest, you're going to see some 20s and 30s over there. So just be aware, it's still chilly out here. And for the watches that we have, that rain coming through, that atmospheric river, Pineapple Express, because it's all that moisture coming from Hawaii. That's why it's called Pineapple Express. And it's definitely going to take a toll on California, Oregon, and Washington, going right into Nevada and taking a toll on and then look at that Midwest, definitely heavy rainfall, okay? And you can see that here on this map. So it's a lot going on, okay? So it's heavy rainfall in the Midwest as well as that atmospheric river, Pineapple Express today. And this is just the rainfall for today, okay? It's coming in though. Take a look at the next few days. The entire United States will feel some type of rain this week, okay? I can guarantee you that with that Pineapple Express coming through, building up that strong atmospheric river, definitely whipping right through the Central Plains. And look at the Gulf Coast sprucing up some storms. So we definitely have some hazards out there that we're watching, and it's more flooding activity going on in that Gulf Coast. I'm going to show you the Tidbits GFS run, and we're going to see the action happening because there's more happening over there. But definitely take a look at all of that. Here we go. You're going to see that rain coming in, that Pineapple Express on the West Coast. It's going to start building up and adding snow in there with it, okay? So it's going to be traveling right along the Central Plains. Definitely going to pick up that moisture coming out of the Gulf Coast, bringing in a lot of lightning and thunderstorms and rain going right into Florida, and still making a way through that East Coast as they bring more snow. And then another atmospheric river is coming through later on in the week on the West Coast. But look at that one just lingering along on the side on the East Coast of Florida. It's just crazy how things are happening. And then as you get into the next week, you'll see all that atmospheric river is coming through with snow this time around, building it up with all that mixed precipitation. And then look at the Gulf Coast once again. Texas, you're going to be feeling it this February, okay? It's not over for anybody yet, okay? And look at that snowstorm in the Midwest in mid-February. So we're going to be talking about a lot. This is today, though. Just make sure that you know that the atmospheric river is right there on that West Coast. We have some storms sprucing up in the Gulf, bringing a lot of rain over there, also in the Midwest. So it's a lot going on, showing you once again that atmospheric river on the satellite imagery is bringing a lot of rain impact, and that blue, definitely cold clouds coming through. And you can also see that on this satellite imagery, just giving you a whole, synopsis of what's going on. All that rain is in the Gulf and even on the West Coast, and then you got all that cold clouds and ice and trying to build up snow in the Midwest and the Northeast. So it's still happening out here. There's a lot of moisture out there facing, the United States and coming in, trying to, come in with a vengeance for February. So just make sure that you're staying tuned to Tiffanys content. I'm always here. I'm going to keep you updated. We have a lot to get through. I'm going to show you a few more, watches that we have going on. And look at that. It's going to be some changes coming soon in Nevada. As I told you, it's going to go from 70 down to 55 this weekend. And then you're going to see more of that below temperatures on the West Coast, but the above temperatures in the Midwest, and then near normal in the South. But then all that rain is going to be coming through too. So just take a look at this, because we got those, runoffs and landslides and even, avalanches, that will be coming through. So you got to be aware of that, because the winter storm watches are currently in effect, okay? It's not over. I know it may not seem like that some places, but we got that Pineapple Express coming through. So I want everybody to be prepared and be ready for this rain. It's Tiffanys content. Like, share, subscribe.